What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some pretty interesting news to be talking about with you guys, especially if you guys are Cleveland Cavaliers fans, or just, I guess, Luke Kornet fans. But it is currently being reported right now that the Cleveland Cavaliers are officially signing Luke Kornet to a 10-day hardship exemption, and this is all being reported by Shams. Now, of course, we've seen a bunch of these. We've seen, like, 20 billion players get signed to these hardship exemptions very, very recently. And again, that's mainly because of all the COVID stuff that's been going on. COVID has been really taking over the NBA and the NFL. It is absolutely crazy. It really does suck to see. But Luke Kornet this season, last season really, he did okay, did a couple of things, did play for the Chicago Bulls where he just averaged 2 points per game. His main thing was supposed to be being a relatively good three-point shooter, which he did at New York a couple seasons ago, being around 36% from three, but really dropped off in Chicago and wasn't able to revive that in Boston, where he actually went and played 14 minutes per game at one stage, averaging 3 rebounds and 4.5 points per game. Now, the really big issue with Luke Kornet is I'm not exactly too sure how much he helps the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, the Cavaliers did need to go out there and make some signings, because it is being reported right now as well that I believe Evan Mobley got COVID, or was in the health and safety protocols rather, he and Isaac Okoro, and they've been in there for about 3 days. You would assume they would be leaving that pretty soon. I'm not too sure though. But recently, as of making this video, it was confirmed, I believe, that I think it was Denzel Valentine, Jarrett Allen, and 3 other players got it. Off the top of my head, I believe that was like Kevin Pangos and a couple players like that. So really the only players the Cavaliers have left that I'm certain of is, I know Darius Garland's still there. I'm pretty sure Markkanen is. I think so, at least. Those are like really the only 2 players. Taco Fall, I think. Even like players like Dylan Windler and Jetty Osman, I believe, have gone into some type of protocols or something like that. But again, it is going to be really, really difficult to see what happens at the end of the day. I think they've got about 5 or 6 players right now. Should get back Okoro and Mobley in the next couple days when they probably next play. Depends if they actually have it or not, what happens, this and that. All of it will be confirmed. But I'm pretty sure the 5 players who recently just went into protocols do actually have it, because it was believed there was an outbreak, I believe, at the Milwaukee game, so they probably got it or something like that. But the others, like, I think Mobley and Okoro, hopefully they'll be okay. And yeah, I think if Garland's available, if like Markkanen's available, I think Osman could be available. You got like 3 players right there. You bring in Okoro, you bring in Mobley, and then you've of course got, I believe, the 2J player, which is that RJ guy. I think he's still there. So you've probably got about 6. The league minimum, I believe, is 8. So yeah, they'll bring in possibly Luke Kornet, and who knows, maybe someone doesn't have COVID, something like that. I'm not too sure how it's going to go down. I believe Taco Fall is still available as well. He's another 2-way guy that I don't think got it. So look, they possibly have some centers now. You would probably think that Taco would get the start, which is really awesome to see. Even though it doesn't look like the Cavaliers have had much trust in him at all recently. Again, when they put him on and when they've needed a center, they've just not have played him. I think Ed Davis could still be available. So again, you've got some big men there. Relatively, if you look at it, you'll have Mobley, potentially Markkanen. If Mobley's back, of course, there's a lot that comes into that. Ed Davis could still be there, and then you've got, Kornet now and Fall. So you've probably got a couple of big men, that will just kind of come in. And yeah, I guess, Kornet, he's got to prove himself now. He's going to be hitting those threes, because that's what his kind of game was. Because he's a 7'2" guy or whatever that is not a great rebounder. It is not a great interior defender. So you would think that, look, if he has to be good at something, and his 3-point shooting would be that thing, and he just hasn't been doing that great. So again, he's going to have to try his best interior defensive-wise, and he's going to have to start hitting those threes, or even just play the way the Cavs want, which is not necessarily spacing from a center. That's, the pick and roll, setting screen for players like Darius Garland, this and that. And then, of course, I think the team should eventually do a lot better. But it's going to be really, really difficult to potentially see, of course, how this is all going to go. Again, I'm not exactly too sure. I think Kornet rather was an okay signing. Not sure how desperate they are for a big man, because again, Fall is still there. I believe Davis, I didn't think he'd get it, but again, there's a lot of people saying, you know, a lot of different reporters saying that different players got it, so it's really hard for me at the time making this video to discuss who got it, because the only, like, confirmed ones were, I think, Jarrett Allen, so it's kind of difficult, but we do know that 4 other players got it, but a couple of other reporters have been saying that different players along the line have got it. You know, I believe some said, like, Lamar Davis, some said Jetty Osman, this and that. Really, really hard, you know, to kind of digest this. Again, when this video comes out, though, we should have a better idea, of course, of who's got it and who doesn't. But yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time. Again, please don't go in the comments and say you got these players wrong, because again, I'm only just speculating from what I've heard. Nothing's been confirmed at the time I'm making this video. But when it comes out, I'm sure things will have somehow be confirmed. So again, it's going to be really interesting to see how this, of course, does unfold. I'm hoping the Cavaliers get back to their best, because we did see that they were on an absolute roll, and now with that Atlanta Hawks game being postponed, I believe the next game the Cavaliers play is actually not for a bit. I believe they go and play in Boston on the 23rd of December in Australia, which is the 22nd for you guys in America. So yeah, that will be interesting to kind of see how this, of course, all does unfold. It is in Boston, so how many Cavs players come back will be yeah, really interesting, and yeah, hopefully we can do relatively okay. So yeah, let me know, you guys, if you guys are Cavs fans, how do you guys think Luke Kornet is going to go? Is he the right player to potentially bring in? Is he not? Of course, I definitely would really like to know. Should we go out and sign some other players, you know, do these hardship exemptions? You know, let me know in the comment section down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to my gaming channel, my IRL/vlogging channel, and my podcast. All of them will be in the description down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.